comes N466. The back carriages only on this one. It's not. Southern Cross is on this side and platform 3. Platform 2 and platform 3 is going to be Southern Cross.
I think it's that one over there.
Platform 2 to 547, Melbourne Southern Cross services, service stops for 12 on 4,
I think it's door closing. These carriages are were the standard gauge cars. These were before they were converted over.
Why can I sit down?
Doors closed. Platform for complete drive. Thank you.
You can film it. I don't want to go walking.
These ones were standard gauge. These were. I think the VN13 set. This is service 8866. Makes an unusual thing for this train to leave platform number 1. Normally it leaves off 2 or 3. The N-Class you see on the left hand side 461 was the 2 o'clock down Warrnambool, but terminated at Warren Ponds. But I saw it coming back, it was a good lucky thing. We will not be running on the down line through to Melbourne, we're going to cross over to the up line. Because all platforms are double run operations, so you can pull into platform 1 in going in an up direction and then running on the down line in the wrong direction, and then you can turn back onto the proper line. Same with the downline trains, you can turn into the platform 3 or 2 and then cross back on the proper line. Here we have it to Rossville Shore. Yeah, it's locked. N-set cars like these require a 6p plus the square key door key to unlock these doors. I do own the square T key what goes with these old carriages at home, but don't ever use it. It's just a display piece I have for my what's for Victorian Railway carriages. I don't ever use it. It's a display piece. Now, up trains can travel on the wrong line in the wrong direction. It can be done on this line. Because I've seen a loco run on the up track from Melbourne, from north to the yard of Bosco Signals. I'm not filming the entire way to Melbourne. This is the end of the video. I'm just past the North Geelong train yard. You've got to have a fast journey from Geelong to Melbourne. It's the best way is the Warrnambool services to get you faster into Melbourne. On the Warrnambool running codes with the 886, they always start with 886 and they always have the N number differently. And one uses 1, one uses 2, one uses 3, one uses 4, one uses 5, one uses 6, one uses 7, one uses 8, one uses 9 on the end of its code. I'm going to end the video now because we're about to hit the curve. Now, I found out something just now. This carriage I'm riding in was on the up Warrnambool ECX Albury standard gauge car. BDN, I think, yeah, BDN21. Yeah, well, I'll show you that. This one would have been on the Albury services. I don't know when it was converted, but it was converted. It was part of the SN15. Carriage C, so it was in the middle of the train. This one would have been in the middle of the train. This would have been. This carriage run would have been carriage C. Like it would have been the economy reserved of carriage C. This before, and then it would have been the third carriage in the forecast set. So this was on SN6. This one was part of SN15 as the third carriage in an N set. So it'd been first class buffet, and then this one would have been carriage C, and another carriage behind it. So I have been on this train, I think, carriage before, when it was on the standard, when I rode economy reserve. But I'll look up that later on my YouTube videos back when I went to Warrnambool and see if this was the one. But if it is, it's very cool.
Oh, what did you... Are they running this normal, are they? Oh, thank you very much. My son will be happy it's his birthday. Not to go on this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Here we go.
Bye. Yeah, running as normal.
Good.
So they'll be doing the Warrnambool freight on the birthday then.
Conductor 8866, calling driver 8866. Doors locked, platform or complete driver, thank you.
There goes there goes to Leslie. Like I mentioned in this video already, this carriage was the X standard gauge car. BDN 21. This was made out of ACN 21 and it's an X standard gauge car. But it was called BDN 21 when it was on the standard. What made me pick it out is how they got the automatic sliding door at the back, the one that slides automatically back. Requires the 6p key to release it to make it work. No, you. Well, I put the on the disposal 10x brightness, see if it actually does anything. I don't really know if it will. I know it works on still pictures. I don't know if it works on video. I don't think it does really too much. I've only started using this lens camera recently. I had this lens camera out of use for about 2 years since I had my Sony camera. But I started to use this one again because my Sony started to play up all the time. To get most of these N set doors actually open, you do need a special the T key to open it with the square shaped T key. Plus some doors try the 6p lock as well, like these, to open them. These mainly open the external doors, but it depends which one you turn. Which side open, but when they test the doors, at least all doors, and then they turn it close to all of them at once, and they pull on the knobs to make sure they're closed properly. We're almost near the the North Melbourne flyover. We're just passing near the South Dion head shunt, or Dinon head shunt. I don't really know which is which. Oh, we're on the suburban lines. Just realised we're going across a single slip. Actually, going through two single slips. Oh, I know what this train's going to do. This is going to be turned into a Bairnsdale, I think. Because we're near the oh no, I thought we were going on the platform 16 for a minute, but we realised we're on the metro on the North Melbourne flyover. Like they could easily do that with the Warrnables, turn them into a Bairnsdale, so it was quite easily. They could easily turn onto the 16 route, pull into platform 16, drop the passengers off, and then get the train itself for Bairnsdale. You can do that. But they're actually doing work, so they wouldn't be doing it tonight. So we're going on the North Melbourne flyover. And I think, if I remember rightly, this will be turned into 8799, the Warren Ponds N-Class service. Because the only one what runs to the N-Class as two Warren Ponds from Southern Cross. And there's a reason for that. Because they have the Warrnable service that runs non-stop through to Geelong. And then when it gets to Geelong, it stops every station from Geelong through to Warrnable, including South and Marshall on that service, and Warren Ponds. And then A799 stops every stop. The Warren Ponds N-Class A799 stops every stop except Marshall. And when I get to Spencer, is put my camera exposure back to normal again, so I don't have it highly exposed. The line on the left hand side is the dual gauge line coming in from South Dinon, and it's used by Albury services. See this? That's where the overland comes up. Those two tracks, so there's the overland comes up and then joins the line here. That's the XPT. You know it gets over. They come up the standard gauge, join, and they go into Spencer all the way over. Seymour. They go through North Melbourne through Craigieburn.
I've seen sprinters before.
Yeah, they wish they would just run them Geelong. It'd be good if they could run them Geelong things. If you want to ride if any one of my viewers want to ride a sprinter, you'll either do it on the Frankston to Stony Point service, or the local Seymour is the only Vline line they run sprinters on most of the time. But very rarely and occasionally, Vline will run them on the Geelong service, like the 431 Geelong sometimes gets sprinters, but it's extremely rare to get them on that service. I have seen it done a few years ago when they did that service with sprinters. It actually came out as quite a surprise, and I didn't even know they were doing it with sprinters. I thought it was going to be the Hates cars coming in, but it wasn't. We're following the dual gauge track into Spencer Street, but I reckon this train will pull into platform number 3 or 4. Because normally it pulls into 3, 4, 5, and the Warrnable we could be pulling into 4, 5, or 6, because the Warrnable depart from number 3. I thought nothing costs some costs to know most of the platforms it departs from. But it can change, though the platform switch can be done. So the way the track plan goes here on this part, it has 3 sets of rails, not including the centre ones, because the centre ones are for the bridge. It can't be seen now because we're in the dark, but there's a third rail for the standard gauge. Can't be seen because it's not really light. If I had my high beam flashlight, you'll be able to see those tracks. Like I was talking about, going on the board, what I was talking about, I haven't put the video up yet, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but what I was trying to explain in the video, I haven't put it up on YouTube yet. If the red lights found at the back of the train, the marker lamps, it could easily hold a red lamp at the back of this window as the train marker, quite easily enough. We're going through the single slip, so we're going to go into the further platforms. I remember a few years ago when I filmed a shot once when I filmed from the back window of a H-car set going through the Geelong Tunnel. I haven't done that for ages. I've not been bothered to do it. But I might do that one day. If any, no, they can't do that actually because I don't run a H car anymore from South Geelong through to Geelong anymore. So I can't do it. But if anyone wants that shot, I can do it from an NZ car only. But what I did, I actually had my tripod at the very back of the train. Like I actually had the back of the door inside the passenger lane. My camera through the back window, and I got a very good shot of the tunnel. These unset cars are sadly being withdrawn, but they are being preserved. Like recently, like very recently.
Another one. N458.
Yeah. VN18 was.
Another one, 53.
That'd be warnable, I would say. Recently, one of the Heritage Railways got VN18, but I can't remember which railway it is. But one of the Heritage Railways got VN18 very recently. In their heritage fleet was very good. They're preserving the NSET cars. So when Vline don't run these anymore, you'll still get to see them on heritage rails, like the Goldfields Railway is one of them. 707 use NSETs on the heritage, and so do Seymour 5 are pulled into. Looks like N458 is going to come up behind us. Oh, that's a big bump. I pull the door. That was a big bump. Look at that.